working on your speed because you look quick, or is it just a fact that you're healthier?
I think it's just the fact that I'm feeling healthier right now. That's what I've been working on, focusing on all off season is getting back to my old normal self. Getting all the tools that have helped make me successful in my career. I feel like I've kind of got all that back now, and it's a really good feeling to go out there and be explosive the way I know that I can, and get separation the way that I know I can. So it's been good lately.
How freeing is that, knowing that you can kind of let things loose without having to worry about nailing back or anything like that?
Yeah, it's an extremely good feeling. It was never a thing of like worried about re-injuring myself. It was just like I was trying to make it happen, but I just like my body just I didn't have the strength to make it happen. So being able to have the whole off season to gain that strength back and feel that explosiveness all over again, it's been really good.
In what ways has Wes Welker, just given his experience, how has that helped you?
It's been great. We love having him around with just all of his experience that he has. And just throughout his career, he's ran all the routes that we run in our offense, the same type of mindset. Just to be able to hear his thought process through it all, the way he looks at things, it's a different type of perspective that you wouldn't be able to hear from anybody else trying to coach it, unless it was a guy like that. So we're real fortunate to have him around, and I've already learned a lot, I feel like.
And he's obviously talking to you guys in the special teams room as well.
Right, yeah, he's been back there with us during punt return, during our punt return sessions, and he'll just give us little tips here and there about getting our feet set, looking at the ball, how to judge it in the air, little stuff like that you couldn't get just from a regular coach. So it's been good.
Trent, you alluded to, how you were limited last year. Were there specific movements or specific things on the field you just couldn't do that you could talk about?
I wouldn't say there's like specific movements, but I think it was just my strength and explosiveness in general, just for my position. And what makes me successful is my quickness and my explosiveness. And whenever that was kind of a little taken away from me, in a sense, it really like held me back from doing everything that I needed to do for the team to help us be successful. So it's good to be back.
Can you say what caused the injury?
It was a bunch of built-up scar tissue.
Okay.
So I guess it was just something over time that it built up in my back, and they had to go in and shave it down to get it off the nerve. So that's about it.
So was it a previous injury?
It wasn't a previous injury. I think it was just a build-up over time of something. So
When they hired Wes Welker, what was your reaction and how was it lived up to it or evolved?
I've definitely gotten plenty of jokes from all the guys on the team and the rest of the coaching staff, but it's been extremely helpful, honestly. The type of, like I said earlier, the type of perspective that he brings, and like the way you can hear the way he thought through his routes, and that's something that you wouldn't be able, like nobody else could emulate that. No matter how hard they tried, how hard they studied an offense, you wouldn't be able to get those types of tips, and to find that edge that he played with, it's pretty special stuff.
Has George Kittle made a Wes Welker joke?
I'm sure he has. I don't know. It just comes from everywhere these days, so it just kind of flies right over my head.
Compared to him
Since I could remember, yeah. When I got to college, that was like my name my freshman year. Like that's what people called. Like I don't think they knew my real name. I think it was just Wes. But but yeah, it's cool to like have him as a coach now. So I know there's a lot I can learn, and he did everything that all of us young receivers are trying to get to. So we would be stupid not to listen to him.
Wes said you're one of like the easiest guys to coach. Do you kind of feel like it's the same way around? Like he's one of the easiest guys to learn from given his position?
Yeah, I think like I just said, like anybody would be stupid not to listen to everything that he has to say. Like, he was a Pro Bowler, All Pro guy. Like, did everything that you want to do in the NFL. So, I mean, yeah, anytime he talks, I'm doing everything I can to listen and ask as many questions as I can.
In addition to being a team's go-to guy in the slot, I mean, is it really important to you to be the starting punt returner as well? Is that something you really enjoy?
Yeah, I love that. I love that that part of the game, the special teams part, and punt return is such a different part of the game. You can get the ball in open field and just do what you want with it. That's something that, a part of the game that you don't experience on any other part in offense or defense or anything like that. And I think that's just part of being a playmaker, and that's kind of what I've been my whole life. You just got to be a playmaker when the ball's in your hand, and that's what I like to do on punt return.
How's Mitch Wishnowski as a punter?
He's pretty filthy with it, honestly. They've been hyping him up all, the whole OTAs, and last week in practice, I was like, I said this, like I said, y'all are hyping this guy up like way too much. As soon as he makes me drop a punt, then maybe I'll get him some respect. And literally the next rep, I dropped the punt, and I was like, oh, okay. So, that one came back to bite me pretty quick.
Today, you had, I think they ruled it incomplete, but it was still a nice effort.
Yeah.
Catch deep down the sideline. That's often, I thought, a route that I don't see slot run too often. It seemed like you were on the outside way downfield.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something now that you're uninhibited that you're hoping to see more of, routes like that?
Yeah, I think, putting that deep ball, into my game, being able to run deep routes like that, I think that'll help me a lot with my shorter, quicker routes. Being able to threaten the DB vertical, left or right, I think that makes a big difference whenever you can threaten the DB in any which way. So, I've been feeling good with those deeper routes. I've been getting open on a few of them. But, as long as I can keep adding more stuff into my game like that, it'll be good for me.
Was that just a straight go pattern?
No, it was like a little stutter and go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jimmy's the one that threw it to you, so I'm wondering, is the chemistry, are you trying to get back to that same spot you guys were at maybe at the end of 2017 when he first came aboard, and how is he looking? How's he evolving in this comeback?
Yeah, he's been looking great so far. I think, our chemistry together has been going pretty well, other than the couple deep balls like that. But other than that, I feel like he's been looking great. I think we've definitely been on the same page. There's like little stuff here and there that you can't coach. It's just something that you got to know between the receiver and quarterback, and I think we have that with Jimmy. A lot of guys have that with Jimmy. He's the type of quarterback that can understand those intangibles that come with the game that you can't really coach.
Last year, did you feel like, this week maybe I'll be back to myself, and at some point did you realize this may not happen this year?
Wait, say that again?
Well,
Sorry.
just with your back and dealing with that, I mean, were you hopeful at some point last year that you were going to kind of return to yourself, and at some point did you realize it may not happen?
Yeah, last year, during the season, I never really thought of it. I didn't even realize it at the time that I wasn't as explosive and powerful as I used to be. I didn't really as soon as I got to running again, I thought it would just come back to me naturally. But I didn't realize how serious of a problem that it was going to be, and how difficult it would be to come back from that, and how much work I would have to put into it to really bring myself back to 100%. So I think at the same time it was a growing experience for me, just to realize how big of a deal it is taking care of your body, and just paying attention to every little detail when it comes to treatment and workouts. Just really focusing in on the little stuff like that when it comes to taking care of your body. So I think it was good for me in the end.
How do you stay right mentally when those things aren't working for you, from a physical standpoint? What keeps you in the game from the mental aspect?
I don't know. You just gotta have that no quit mentality. Really, if I think that's what's got me here today. The guys who let that stuff affect them mentally, those are the guys that you never hear about. and the guys that get lost in the shuffle of everything. So you just can't let that happen. It's not an option. If you want to continue to play in the NFL and do something great, then you don't have a choice to let that affect you.
You weren't a teammate of Navarro's for too long, but what kind of presence did he have just as a veteran for you when you came in here?
Yeah, Bowman, he was a great teammate. I enjoyed every second that I played with him. I was just a rookie at the time, but every now and then we would have some conversations on the side, like he would help me out with like little stuff here and there, like what he thought about my game. So like he was one of the coolest dudes to be around. Just the fact that he was so good for so long, and I was just a young rookie coming in there, and he was, he treated me with respect. And he was a hard worker, even in his later years. So that was really cool to be able to play with him for that short amount of time and just to learn some small things like that from him.
Kittle said that he thought Bowman was terrifying when he first saw him in the practice.
Absolutely, yeah. Me and Kittle were rookies at the time, and I know I wasn't trying to get anywhere close to him. He was a scary looking dude.
What was it like seeing him today and having him actually break down that huddle?
That was really cool. I enjoyed that. He deserves all the respect in the world, all the respect from the organization. He did a lot in his career, and just like the type of fire and passion that he played with. It was real. He was a real motivating guy for me, and that's the type of passion and fire that I want to play with myself. So a lot of respect for that guy.
What makes Mitch's punts difficult to catch?
I don't know. I guess it's just the height that he puts on it, and I don't know. I guess he does have some serious hang time.
Is
So
it
I guess
noticeable?
yes, it is. It's very noticeable. Like I feel like I'm sitting there waiting for it to come down for way too long, and then once you're sitting there for too long, you start overthinking it. And so I guess that's what happens. That's what makes him good, the type of hang time and the consistency that he has too, which, I can already tell in some of our punt periods already. Just punting into the red zone, like he was real consistent with it. So I'm excited to watch him during the season.